Hello and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. Sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and Muffin, that's when you come in and read this next part here. Or not. And the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar, the description, whatever it is. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander. Muffin is here in spirit, but not in body, it seems. Anyway, on with the show. Today is Saturn's Day, also known as Saturday, April 16th, 2022. Welcome back. Why don't you start us off here in the year 69?
Yeah, I was just choking my ass off there for a second.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, our favorite number is 69 here. Defeat by Vazquez troops at Bed. Dude, why is this spelled like that? Bed or a cum. Othia commutes suicide.
Dang. Moving on up 4 more years in the year 73, which was 1,949 years ago. Wow, I'm muffining all over the place today. Masada, a Jewish fortress, fell to the Romans after several months of siege, ending the First Jewish-Roman War.
Alright, in 1346, they got Stefan Dazou the Mighty is crowned emperor of the Serbs of Okuji. His empire occupied by merchant Balkans.
His empire occupying much of the Balkans. So, like, Latvia, Lithuania, can't remember the last one. Estonia, I think? Like the Balkan states, which are, like, up kind of like, in the northeastern, like, of Germany, to the west of Russia, to the south of, like, Sweden, I think, in Norway, or southeast. Anyway, in 1520, the revolt of the Comuneros began in Spain against the rule of Charles V.
1582, we got Spanish Conquistador.
Conquistador.
Yeah, Hernando de Lerma found the settlement of Salta, Argentina.
Sounds salty. Anyway, in 1746, the Battle of Culloden was fought between the French-supported Jacobites and the British Hanoverian forces commanded by William Augustus, Duke of Cumberland in Scotland. After the battle, many Highland traditions were banned and the Highlands of Scotland were cleared of inhabitants. Wow. That sounds like an attempt to genocide culturally. Looks like Muffin is choking again, so...
No, I'm here. Yeah, I was just talking to my dad here. Anyways, in 1780, we got Franz Frederick William von... Dude, what's with these fucking names? Furstenberg, Furstenberg, founds the University of Munster.
Munster, yep.
I don't know. Okay. Oh, you got the French shit.
Yep.
Bless you.
19 years later, in 1799, during the French Revolutionary Wars, the Battle of Mount Tabor, in which Napoleon drove out Ottoman Turks across the River Jordan near Acre.
That's not bad.
Nah.
You got the easy way of the French shit. In 1818, we got United States Senate ratify the Baguette Treaty, limiting naval armaments on the Great Lakes and Lake Champlain.
Well, you know what they say about nuclear arms? You can't hug your children with nuclear arms.
No, unless you want to get them cancer and die in the corner with the freaking bald as fuck too.
Damn.
Would be freaking scary as shit.
That got really dark. Moving on up into 1838, the French army captured Veracruz in the Pastry War. Oh, the French in the Pastry War. What did they do? Assault them with baguettes and croissants? The Pastry War? Are you kidding me? You're just up on a castle battlement, just like throwing muffins at people. Get away!
Fucking muffins and cupcakes and shit. Bread.
You know what? Let me look it up. The Pastry War. Like, I'm intrigued. The Pastry War, also known as the First French Intervention in Mexico for the First Franco-Mexican War, began in November of 1838 with the naval blockade of some Mexican ports and the capture of the fortress of San Juan de Ulua in Veracruz by French forces sent by King Louis Philippe. Interesting. So, the French were attacking the Mexicans, and for whatever reason it was called the Pastry War. So,
you know,
okay.
Interesting fact right here. They never tell you this in school, in history.
What a surprise.
So, you gotta do your own research when it comes to this type of shit, because guarantee it, because like I said, they never teach you shit. Unless you get that one teacher, but otherwise you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah, you gotta get lucky with the teacher.
Yeah. Anyways, in 1847, we got shooting of Maroi by an English sailor who resulted in the opening of the Wanganui Champagne
campaign.
Was it?
Campaign. Like a military campaign?
I'm so fucking stupid right now. Of the New Zealand Wars. Dude, I can't even freaking read right now.
I was expecting you to be even worse, dude. You told me that you're gonna get sloshed. Huh.
Dude,
where's
but
the sloshiness?
this is bad than it was right now, dude.
Moving on up in 1853, the Great Indian Peninsula Railway opened the first passenger rail in India from Boribunder to Thane. Cool. 169 years of Indian railroading.
Yeah.
Nice. And then in 1862, during the American Civil War, a battle at Lee Mills in Virginia occurred. Alright.
1863, we got the American Civil War during the Vicksburg campaign. Gunboats commanded by Acting Rear Admiral David Dixon Porter run downriver past Confederate artillery batteries at Vicksburg.
Dang. Moving on up in 1878, the Senate of the Grand Duchy of Finland issued a declaration establishing a city of Kotka on the southern part of the islands from the old Kymi parish. Interesting. Finland.
In 1881, the last 1800s here, in the Dodge City, Kansas, Masterson fights his last gun battle.
Who's Bat Masterson? I've never heard of this guy before. It says he was a journalist. Yeah, Bartholomew William Barclay Bat Masterson was a U.S. Army scout, lawman, professional gambler, and journalist known for his exploits in the 19th century and early 20th century American Old West. Alright, so apparently he got into a gunfight too, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Moving on up into the next century, in 1908, Natural Bridges National Monument was established in Utah, and I think that's the one. I'm gonna look that up real quick. I have a link to post in the underbar here. Natural Bridges National Monument. That's difficult to say. Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, it's about 50 miles northwest of the Four Corners boundary of southeast Utah in the western U.S., at the junction of White Canyon and Armstrong Canyon, part of the Colorado River drainage. But yeah, it's this long natural arch type structure. It's really cool. There's multiple of them, I think. That's why it's called Natural Bridges, because it looks like a bridge made naturally.
Anyways, in 1910, we got the oldest existing indoor ice hockey arena. Still used for the sport in the 21st century. Boston Arena opens for the first time, which is 112 years ago.
Dang. That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not really big a fan of sports, but I'm a fan of history, and that's historically significant. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, 7 years later, in 1917, during the Russian Revolution, Vladimir Lenin returned to Petrograd, Russia, from exile in Switzerland. And here we go. This is the beginning embers of the start of the Soviet Revolution. So.
Yep, and the next one's not so pretty anyways, too. In 1919, we got Mohandas Gandhi organized a day of prayer and fasting in response to the killing of Indian protesters in the Julian Wahala Massacre by the British colonial troops in 3 days earlier.
Yeah, Mohandas Gandhi. So.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his first name. So.
I don't know how to pronounce that shit. Yeah. But, yeah. Unfortunate, but.
Now, here's something interesting. 100 years ago on this date, in 1922, the Treaty of Rapallo, pursuant to which Germany and the Soviet Union re-established diplomatic relations, was signed. Interesting.
Pursuant with Germany and Soviet Union. Wow.
1922.
So that's 100 a century ago, bro.
One century.
God damn, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about if you're old, just look up this shit and say, hey, bitch, this is 100 years ago.
Yeah. What happened 3 years after that, though?
A muffin was born.
What?
Anyways, 1925, during the communist Saint Nedelya Church assaulted in Sofia, Bulgaria, 150 are killed and 500 other people are wounded.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Violence is never the answer. They assaulted a communist church, and I assume many of the deaths and injuries were communist people, and whereas I don't feel sorry for them, we ain't making ourselves look any better by doing stuff like that to them, so. Anyway, moving on up into 1941, during World War II, the Italian-German Tarigo convoy was attacked and destroyed by British ships. Nice. Yeah, I saw a video just last night about how awful Italy did in World War II, and that was because of, not being prepared, bad equipment, bad leadership, They just weren't ready.
Hey, take the next one for me. Hold up.
All right. Also in 1941, also during the Second World War, the Nazi-affiliated Ustase was put in charge of the independent state of Croatia by the Axis powers after Operation 25 was effected. Where's Operation 25? Let me look that up here real quick. Invasion of Yugoslavia. Okay. Yeah. Also known as the April War or Operation 25, was a German-led attack on the Kingdom of Yugoslavia by the Axis powers, which began on April 6, 1941, during World War II. All right. Moving on up into 1942.
1942, we got King George the Sixth, I think?
Yeah.
Awarded the George Cross to the people of Malta in appreciation of their heroism.
Yeah, Malta really fought during that war. So. 365 days later, also known as 1 year, in 1943, Albert Hofmann accidentally discovers the hallucinogenic effects of the research drug LSD. He intentionally takes a drug 3 days later on April 19th. Damn, it took him that long? Like, that's some strong willpower right there, bro.
Dude, freaking LSD, man. He's probably living it up during that day. It's like, hell yeah.
Dude, that's gotta be a trip, though. Like, literally, in every sense of that word. Like, being, like, the first person to take something like that. You don't know what's gonna happen to you,
Fuck yeah. I mean, if I was the first person to take an infamous drug like LSD, man, I'll sign my name to the book. Say, hey, bitch, look at this.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing as, like, the whole theory about, what's his face, Charles Darwin eating at least one of every animal he discovers. Like you don't know if that's gonna kill you, but, like, fuck it, YOLO.
Yellow. Anyways, in 1944, 1 year later, World War II, the Allied forces start bombing. I thought there's an L right there. It's a bombing. Bombing Belgrade, killing about 1,100 people. This bombing fell on the Orthodox Christian Easter.
Ooh.
So, right on Easter, man.
Man.
A little spicy. Yeah, even though Easter's tomorrow, but still, though, it's a little spicy.
Easter is actually not, like, on the actual date, because last week's Thursday was the traditional date in which Jesus died. So then last week's Saturday is the traditional accepted date of his resurrection. But Easter's tomorrow. So that makes no sense, because Easter's supposed to be, like, about the celebration of, there's Good Friday, which is his death. For whatever reason, we call it Good Friday. And then 2 days later, he resurrects on Easter Sunday. Well, why are we celebrating it a week and a day after the actual event? It makes no sense. So
let it slide, man, because people will not change that shit.
Yeah, people are stupid. Anyway, moving on to 1945, more than 7,000 died when the German transport ship Goya was sunk by a Soviet submarine. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude. That's horrible.
Shit ton of people. Yeah.
But damn, dude. I didn't know you could fit that many people on a boat.
Yeah. Anyway, second to last, 1945 here. The United States Army liberates Nazi Sonderlager, a high-security prisoner of war camp of Oflag the 4th. Yeah, Oflag 4th-C. I don't know what that is for. Better known as Cold X.
Yeah, 4-C is like just, a number, for the papers, like, this prison is that, this prison is this, like, categorize stuff. You know how there's, like, vitamin B, vitamin B12, vitamin B6, all that stuff. They're different things, just categorized differently, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, also in 1945 and also during World War II, the Red Army began the final assault on German forces around Berlin, with nearly 1 million troops fighting in the Battle of the Stilo Heights. Wow.
God damn.
1 million.
A lot of people.
Can you imagine? Like, that's insane.
Hey, man, you want to fuck shit up, man. You got some 1 million people.
Yeah, and Russia had those numbers. Well, they still do.
You gave a bottle of vodka to those troops, man. Those people go out there with the gun, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, 2 years later, Bernard Baruch first appeals the term of Cold War, gosh damn it, to describe the relationship between the United States and the Soviet Union.
Yeah, first applied the term Cold War. So, yeah. Happy birthday term,
Yep.
1 year later, 1948, the Organization of European Economic Cooperation was formed. We have a repeat again here, so I'll delete that here. And then I'm going to say...
yeah, I see that.
Yeah, go ahead and what happened in 1961?
In a nationality broadcast speech, Cuban leader Fidel Castro declares that He is Marxist, Leninist, and Cuba is going to adopt, which is not good, by the way. Communism's a bitch.
Yeah. Fidel Castro. Yeah, he was a Marxist-Leninist. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Why don't you take this next one here?
And 72.
Yep.
11 years later, Apollo program, the launch of the Apollo 16 from Cape Canaveral, Florida.
Canaveral. You should know this.
Canaveral. Yeah.
Come on, you're Muffin Nye, the science guy.
Yep.
Moving on up into 1996, Israel struck a civilian house in Nabatek, Falka, Lebanon, killing 9 people, including 7 children. Here we go with Israel being offensive again, and nobody's doing anything.
I remember the ambulance one in Lebanon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand, like, how can people sit there and say Israel's a peaceful nation when they're just constantly bombing and missiling and killing civilians? Like, not even in wartime, they're just missiling people.
Motherfuckers.
You know? People gotta open their eyes and realize that Israel's just evil.
Even as a kid, I just knew that Israel was a complete bitch.
Yep.
Because they're always throwing fucking hands up in this air saying, what the fuck?
Yep.
And I didn't like that. Anyways, in you want to take this one?
You go.
Okay. The first 2000s here, in 2001, which is 21 years ago, India and Bangladesh began a 5-day border conflict, but are unable to resolve the disputes about their borders. Yeah. I know that India has their fucking shit tight with their borders, man. I saw a fucking video about it. I forgot when. It was like a year ago or some shit. That their shit is like tight, dude. Oh, fucking tight.
Yeah, no, dude. Like they gotta be, stupid. Especially with China. Like India is like really having a bad time with everybody around them, and now China's kind of hopscotched over them with Afghanistan. You know, so now they're like, you know.
Just look at their border, bro. It's like lights everywhere for fucking miles, dude. It's fucking retarded.
I bet. India border. Let me look at this. Images.
Dude, it's retarded. And there's security guards 24/7. Mm-hmm. 365 days a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now I see here, like, you know, they have multiple border things going on with, well, 3 major ones with China, and then they have other ones with, like, Pakistan, Bangladesh, other things like that. Well. Anyway, moving on up into 2003, the Treaty of Accession was signed in Athens, admitting 10 new member states into the European Union. Cool.
Nice. Anyways, my favorite year, which is 2007, 15 years ago, Virginia Tech shooting. Zone Huey Chu guns down 32 people and injures 17 before committing suicide.
Damn, he killed 32 people? Jesus.
Yeah, I hate to say it. That's like my favorite year, too. I should have read it before I said that.
Yeah, I was a little concerned, you know? Like, going
I should have read that before I said that.
My favorite year of fucking Massacre. I'm just... What kind of a friend do I have?
I should have read the theme first.
Yeah.
Before I said I say 2000-something was my favorite year. And I read it, I was like, oh, fuck.
That's not as bad as what happened to me the other day. Remember, I accidentally just said a word in the article that it's not a good word.
Yeah.
Also in 2008, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Bays versus Rees decision that execution by lethal injection does not violate the 8th Amendment ban against cruel and unusual punishment. And yet, didn't North or South Carolina just reenact firing squads a few days ago? Somebody did. I think it was North Carolina.
I don't care.
Tim Pool was talking about it.
Yeah, literally at the same time, they're always going to point middle fingers at each other. So it doesn't matter if it's law. It doesn't matter if it's on paper, dude, they're just still going to point fingers at each other. So why the hell it doesn't matter at the end of the day, my bad. So.
Yeah, I'm just going through the news here, but I'm not seeing it. So. Anyway, what happened in 2012?
Yeah, I was about to read that. 10 years ago, the Pulitzer Prize winners were announced. My bad. It was the first time since 1977 that no book won the fiction prize.
Yeah, Pulitzer Prize, by the way.
Yeah.
Also in 2012, the trial for Anders Behring Breivik, the perpetrator of the 2011 Norway attacks, began in Oslo, Norway.
Dang. Speaking of earthquakes, in 2013, my bad, 9 years ago, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake strikes Sistan and Balochistan province, Iran, killing at least 35 people and injuring 117 others.
Dang.
Speaking of earthquakes, 2 days ago I felt one.
Oh.
SoCal.
I didn't. Must have been down more near the border or something.
I was stoned as shit, and I felt shaking, and the whole building was shaking. And so I was like, oh, dude, that was cool.
Huh. You sure it was an earthquake and not just you being stoned?
No, everyone started texting me to say, hey, you feel that?
Huh. Oh, dang. You're getting all the
Yes,
fun,
sir.
aren't you?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Speaking of fun, in 2014, the South Korean ferry MV Sewol capsized and sunk near Jindo Island, causing the deaths of 304 passengers and crew and leading to widespread criticism of the South Korean government, media, and shipping authorities.
Interesting.
Looks like I pulled a muffin there.
Yeah, if people can understand it, I don't care.
Yep.
Anyways, the last one for here is 2016, which is 6 years ago. Ecuador's worst earthquake in nearly 40 years kills at least 626 people and at least injures about 6,274 others, which is a shit ton of people.
That's a lot of injuries, yeah. And a lot of deaths. Yeah. But you're the earthquake man today.
Yes, sir.
If you can hear a piano fall, you can hear me coming down the hall. Anyway, Before we get into bursts here, any articles intrigue you?
I'll say about the Cold War.
Oh, yeah. The first mention of that term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
Also, Lenin returning to Russia, to start his thing. The oldest existing ice hockey arena still in use.
Oh, yeah, Boston. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. There's a few things, that were pretty interesting today. Anyway, let's get into bursts here. Why don't you start us off?
Okay, in bursts, in 1488, we got Jung John of Joseon, or Joseon, pronounce how you spell it. Yeah. So with southern accent, probably Joseon, Joseon, whatever.
That'd be a Hispanic accent.
Yeah.
Joseon.
Good. Joseon, yeah.
Anyway, 1516, Tabin Shwethiti, Burmese king.
1646, Jules Hardouin Monsort, a French architect who designed the Statue d'Empire and Grand Trianon, whatever the name is. Damn French names.
Yeah, I'm checking out the Chateau d'Empire, and it looks pretty cool. It looks like a chateau. And then this other thing is, it just looks like just like a park or something. Oh wow, okay, that's a big interesting structure. The hell? Huh. Anyway, 1661, Charles Montague, 1st Earl of Halifax, was born on this date. He was an English poet and politician who is a First Lord of the Treasury.
Huh. 1682, we got John Hadley, English mathematician who invented the octant.
What is the octant? What is the octant? Okay. It's also called the reflecting quadrant. It is a measuring instrument used primarily in navigation. It is a type of reflecting instrument. So it's like a sextant.
Yeah.
Kind of like a sextant. Anyway, 1755, Louis Elizabeth Viglay-Lebrun, a French painter.
Interesting. In 1826, we got Sir James Horry, first baronet, British politician.
He was multiple people.
Yep.
1839, Antonio Starababa Mercedes di Rudini, an Italian politician who is the 13th Prime Minister of Italy.
Interesting. In 1847, we got Hans Uyer. What is the Brad's fucking last name? Swiss Australian architect who designed the Federal Palace of Switzerland.
Hi. 1848, we have Kandukuri Veerasalingam, an Indian author and activist.
What is the worst? What? I'm sorry, people, but you got big better names than this. Just like the next one here. In 1851, we got Pon Dam Balam, Ram Man Nathan, Siri Lincoln, lawyer and politician, who was the third Solicitor General of Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Siri. I'm
Sri.
Siri.
Not Siri.
Siri.
1867, Wilbur Wright, an American co-inventor of a version of fixed-wing heavier-than-air flight. Brother of Orville Wright. The Wright brothers.
Huh. Anyways, in 1889, we got Charlie Chaplin, English actor, director, producer, screenwriter, and composer.
We all know who Charlie Chaplin is.
Yep.
1895, Ove Arup was born on this date. He was an English-Danish engineer and businessman who founded Arup.
Dude, that's what the babies usually say. It's just Arup.
Ove Arup.
So fucking weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
Maybe he was named after his first words.
Yep. Anyways, the first 1900s we have here in 1907, we got Joseph Armand Bombardelier. That's a weird fucking last name you got there, bud. Anyways, Canadian inventor and businessman who founded the Bombardelier Incorporated.
1915, Robert Speck, Canadian politician who was the first mayor of Mississauga. Okay.
Oh. Anyways, in 1919, we got Pedro Ramirez Vazquez, Mexican architect who designed the Tijuana Cultural Center and National Museum and Anthropology.
Now, I think we covered his birth just a couple days ago.
And that's not that far of the fucking Mexican-United States border.
Actually, this is birth. Okay, yeah, okay. I had a brain fart. So he died on his birthday in 2013. He was born. He was born April 16th in 1919, and he was died on April 16th, 2013. Both in Mexico City, Mexico. He never left.
Huh.
Wow.
He probably did, but probably stay united with Mexico and just never left.
Anyway, 1921, we have Peter Ustinov, an English actor, director, producer, and screenwriter.
And I'm stuck with the French name here. In 1926, we got Pierre Febvre, French pharmacist who founded Laboratories Pierre Fabre.
In 1927, we have Pope Benedict the 16th. What the heck? VXI. What the hell is VXI? It's not supposed to be the 6? I don't know. Failed Pope. XVI? Huh, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. He just ran a number of shit, but yeah. Anyways, in 1942, we got Sir Frank Williams, English businessman who founded the Williams F1 racing team. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. 1943, Pedro Tishchenko, Austrian-German businessman. I don't even know how to make that sound. Like, I can't.
Sounds like me when I speak shit.
I can't. Like, I'm physically incapable of handling that name.
You got the muffin syndrome, 100%.
The muffin mouth.
Yep. Anyways, and that before that, we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a U.S. basketball player, coach, and actor. Which one of the movies I think it is? It's called Airplane.
Yeah. If you ever saw Airplane, he's the one of the guys in the cockpit. And there's actually a scene where he's in his Lakers gear and even has goggles on and everything when they're taking all the pilots out because of the food poisoning. So, don't eat the fish.
Never.
1963, Jimmy Osmond, a U.S. singer, and I believe of the Osmond family. Yeah, I remember there's like a Donny Osmond and all that stuff. They were like a whole family of singers or actors or something like that.
Anyways, in 1965, which is actually, I watched the show last night, interesting enough, John C. Rea, he was actor, director, producer, and screenwriter. He was Alan from 2.5 Men.
Yep. Alan Harper. The butt end of every joke. Poor guy. Also in 1965, Martin Lawrence, a U.S. actor, director, producer, and screenwriter as well. Look at that.
Yep. And interesting enough, actually, I just listened to him the other day. Akon in 1973. He is a Senegalese U.S. singer, rapper, and songwriter.
Oh God! You want to know his real name?
Sure.
Eluian Damala Badara Akon Thiam.
It's a last name.
Yeah. Anyway, 1990, we have Reggie Jackson, a U.S. basketball player. I'm sorry.
And the last 1900s here, on second last birth on this list, is 1993. We got Chance the Rapper, which obviously is a U.S. rapper.
Yeah. Chance the Rapper. His real name is Chancellor Bennett.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, we have our good friend G, also known as Gunner Gaming. Born in 2021. He is a young pup and a Discord friend. So happy birthday to you, to all of you. Moving on into death, starting in 69, Otho, the Roman emperor who killed himself.
And 1,118, we got Adelaide de Vasto Regent Seville, mother of Roger II of Seville, queen of Baldwin I of Jerusalem.
Baldwin I of Jerusalem.
God.
Yep.
Well, a mouthful of shit.
Well, at least it's not as bad as this next one.
Yeah.
1788, Georges Louis Leclerc, Comte de Buffon, French mathematician, cosmologist, and author. Hopefully he was not a buffoon.
Anyways, in 1850, we got Marie Tussaud, French-English sculptor who founded the Madame Tussaud's Wax Museum.
Yep, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, which I have yet to visit one of those. I've been wanting to for a long time. 9 years later, in 1859, Alexis de Tocqueville died on this date. He was a French historian and philosopher who was a French minister of foreign affairs.
Oh.
Tocqueville, token, something,
Anyways, I got 1928. We got the first 1900s. We got Henry Burks, a Canadian businessman who founded Henry Burks and Sons.
Yep. 1941, Josiah Stamp, first Baron Stamp, an English economist and civil servant.
Then we got an interesting name here. In 1946, we got Arthur Chevrolet, a Swiss-U.S. race car driver and engineer. I bet you he is the engineer of the Chevrolet trucks. I bet you.
No, Arthur Chevrolet, I don't know. Actually, let me see here. He's an engineer, so let me... he's an automobile manufacturer. Might be affiliated with the Chevrolet company. He committed suicide, apparently, in Louisiana. But yeah, no, I'm not seeing a lot here. So, I'm going to put this in the underbar. Anyway, 1965, Sidney Chaplin, an English actor, comedian, and brother of Charlie Chaplin. Today was Charlie Chaplin's birthday, so... actually, when did Charlie Chaplin die? Let me look that up here. Charlie Chaplin. He died in 1977, so... Oh, wow, that sucks! His brother died on his birthday in 1946.
Aw.
Dude, could you imagine your loved one dying on your birthday? Like, that's just awful.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Anyways, we got the infamous name here in 1970. We got Richard Neutra, Australian U.S. architect who designed the Los Angeles County Hall of Records.
He was an Austrian, not an Australian.
I'm just going to stick with Australian, damn it.
Oh, those are on two different sides of the planet.
Yeah, no, they're still freaking similar. I'm just going to stick with it because they're cheating bastards. Copy the same name, twisting a few letters, and here we go.
I don't know, man. Austria doesn't have drop bears or Tim Tams.
Austrian. Take one too much.
Well, you know what? Does that make Hitler an Australian? Does that mean the Fuhrer from down under? Dude, somebody should make a movie about an Australian Hitler.
Sounds terrifying.
1985, we have Scott Brady, a U.S. actor. Well, all he would need to do is, rally the emus and he'll win. He'll take over Australia,
Yeah. Anyways, at the last 1900s here in 1988, we got Kahali Al-Wazir. I can't pronounce that shit. Anyways, Palestinian commander who founded Fatah.
Yeah. Palestinian. What is Fatah? Fatah, formerly the Palestinian National Liberation Movement, is a Palestinian nationalist social democratic political party and the largest faction of the Confederated Multi-Party Palestine Liberation Organization and the second largest party in the Palestinian Legislative Council. Alright. Dang.
Oh man, the next one is freaking sad, dude.
2002, Ruth Ferdel, U.S. U.S. businesswoman who founded Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Why, did you know of this?
Dude, Ruth Chris is literally the top-notch shit of everything, dude. Dude, it's like 5 out of 5 stars, bro.
I'm gonna have to
If
try
you
this.
got one downtown locally, dude, you should go.
I'm gonna have to look for this, dude. I've never heard of this.
If you have money, dude, at least a good chunk of money where I was like, you know what, dude, I feel lucky tonight, go there.
Oh, well, then that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Dude, it's good shit.
I bet.
Anyways, in 2010, we got Darley Gates, a U.S. police officer who created the DARE program. They taught me about drugs, and now I do drugs, damn it.
Yeah, now see, like, you know, if it wasn't for the DARE program, I would have never known the awesomeness of how it would be to be high, you know? So I just really gotta personally, from the bottom of my heart, to all the people who are trying to get kids off drugs, thank you so much for getting kids on drugs. You did a great job, Dare. Bravo. Good job. Anyway, in 2013, Pedro Ramirez Vazquez, a Mexican architect who designed the Tijuana Cultural Center and National Museum of Anthropology. Yeah, we talked about him earlier in Burst. So yeah, he died on his birthday. Like, actually, that begs the question: how many people have died on their birthday? Statistically, it could be expected that 1 in every 366 people, or 0.27% of people, die on their birthday. In reality, many studies have shown a significant or a somewhat higher probability. Interesting. So, yeah, there's a whole list of people. Oh my God. Yeah, so I'm going to add this to the underbar for anybody interested about those who died on their birthday. Anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for links to anything that you may find interesting, which also includes Sohen's Twitch, Sohen TV, and everything Omni Coalition, which I advise going to our Rumble and subscribing there, because it is inevitable that YouTube, aka Google, aka the Alphabet Corporation, aka the libtards, are going to come in and try to squish us like bugs. We are on multiple areas. So they can't silence us, you know, everywhere. So anyway, for all of you and all of us, I am Aoxander.
And I am Richard Pound.
Yep. And until you catch us tomorrow, which we stream every day between 12 noon and 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, you'll see us tomorrow. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles! Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brady.